This is general advice, my opinions, and for entertainment purposes only. CFDs are high risk, past performance isn't reliable. I may be long or short CFDs and stocks mentioned. Content may contain language that offends some viewers. Righto, bag holders and stop loss owners. Fucking it continues. It is bloody intense times. Right, let's rip in what's happened overnight. Commodities, the open, and I've got to get trading today. It is all happening. Right, let's rip in. Trump and Iran overnight. So there was a bit of a bounce back in the indices that were like the NASDAQ and everything because futures were down shitloads, but Trump has offered insurance and escort for tankers wanting to travel through the Strait of Hormuz. So that's probably been seen as a positive to potentially minimise the chance of this fucking energy crisis due to friggin' oil and gas not being able to go through that strait. So that's probably been seen as a positive that he doesn't want to create an energy crisis, but the bloody bombing still continues. Spain refused US to use their military base, so US in turn, obviously in true Trump style, is cutting off trade with Spain. Jam your bloody paellas up your arse, he reckons. So that is that's the main stuff going on. Everything seems to be continuing. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. They're going to pretty much keep attacking Iran until they're obliterated, and there's no risk of them fucking doing anything back to US or anyone else. So that seems to be how it's going, and it's pretty relentless. So commodities overnight, big moves in gold. Gold was down 3.7%. So I think it actually cracked into the 4900s overnight, sitting at about low 5,000, 5,100 at the moment. So gold dropped big time. Copper was back down a bit, 5.86. What else we got? The US dollar actually strengthened on US terms. So the Aussie dollar dropped a bit. So what do we got? Iron ore back at 100. What are the other big ones? Rare earths down 2.5%. Nickel back to 767. Oil, big jumps in oil. Brent crude was 79.40. I think that cracked the 80 early on. Silver down 6.9%. Spodumene 6%. Absolutely hammered. Down $300, back down to 21.75. Thermal coal again up because thermal coal is, if natural gas and oil prices are going up, thermal coal will usually follow, which has seen good run with bloody Yancoal, etc. Uranium sitting at 86, zinc $1.47 down 1.4. So that's the commodity update. Majors overnight, huge moves, and we're going to see some fucking big moves when we check the open. Barrick down 8%, Newmont down 8%, Ivanhoe down 7%. So that's gold and copper are going to get hammered. Lithium down 7.5% with Albemarle. Agnico down 7%. Uranium got hammered. Cameco down 6.8%. So Freeport down 4%. So yes, going to be absolute bloody carnage on the screen. So I'll tell you what I did yesterday. Had a bit of a change because we pretty much noticed risk-off trade. So gold price wasn't actually dropping that much, neither was copper, but money was started flying out of the equities. So you can see what happened yesterday. Fucking Ramir, that's the gold price, so during the day. So it actually sort of went up and flat, ended up pretty much the same during trade, but fucking all the Aussie gold stocks, Ramelius down nearly 6%, Greatland down 3.8, Evolution down 3.4, Northern Star 3.2. So it was absolute red on the screen, and copper was the exact same. So copper was sort of went up, started drifting at the lower end of trade, but this is US dollars a ton, 13,200 to 13,100, so 0.1% move. But you saw Develop pull back 5%, Samfire back 5%. So there was a real risk-off theme that not really correlating to the metal prices. Money was coming out of equities. So Matty acted quickly and chucked some long metal, short equity positions on, just for the overnight. Nothing too high conviction, but went short develop, pretty much at that 544 mark. God, you can get in the weeds. They had 33 mil of rain near Woodlawn on the night before, but it has been on a run. Money was coming out of equities. You do see develop trade go in and out, mid fives, back below 5, back up, back down, and it was pretty much at an all-time high after the pullback. So chucked a short position on there against the long copper metal. Capricorn was probably the one that didn't move the most on the gold equities. That remained pretty flat, that and Genesis. So chucked a short position on Capricorn against a long gold metal. So that's what happened there. So nothing too high conviction on the short front, but it was just long metal, short equities. And which equity do I choose? Develop's probably got a lot higher beta than Sandfire, and Capricorn. Look, you look at the Capricorn chart, even though it didn't move much, Capricorn can gap. So you're seeing it can bloody have some pretty sharp moves when it does move, and that was the one that didn't move the most. So that was the bloody choice. So what do we got? I might be going shopping today because Brightstar just secured their debt, a Nordic bond, US $120 million. So it looks like a pretty, as it says here, simple structure, 12.5% per annum coupon rate, 4-year tenure. So I think interest rate's probably a bit higher, but I think it looks pretty simple. No principal repayments for 18 months, 20% bullet repayment at maturity. I think it's over a 4-year period. So they've got effectively 180 million in US debt, probably a bit less with the interest rate, with the exchange rate at the moment. Aussie 180 plus the 193 that they've done via the equity placement and the SPP. So pretty bloody well funded now to do what they want to do in the goldfields and everything. So that's pretty much FID is the next decision. So Goldfields project through to production and then Sandstone project to FID. But that'll be later on. I don't think they've announced FID in this for Goldfields. Let me just check. So they're still waiting on final approvals. So I better check that. Hold on. I don't think they've announced FID. Actually hasn't dropped too much. Let's have a look-see. Nah, doesn't say anything about Goldfields being FID announced, so final approvals needed. So there we go. What else you got? Now, in the district as well, Horizon Gold. Now, this is the Sandstone partner to what Brightstar have got. But, so Scotty Williamson's just come on as MD to start bloody getting a bit of eyes on it, you'd say. So they've had a bit of a run. I'll show you. Oh, probably should have this prepped. It's bloody been busy. I've been trying to, because I've got to go fucking trading in a minute. Horizon Gold. So this is it here. So it's been on an absolute bloody tear of late, Horizon Gold. It was down at $1, went up to about $1.35. Now it's pulled back today on the back of the capital raise. So, because they've raised at $1.20. Now, the thing with Horizon have got all the ground to the north of where Brightstar do. They got a couple of million ounces. I think it's over a couple of million ounces. Pretty good grade. That's the last key to fully consolidate the Sandstone. But the capital structure, it consists of, I think it's 76% owned by Zeta. The money's this Duncan Saville guy that lives in London. So it's the free float is absolutely bugger all, and hence why this bloody thing's got going. And I'm pretty sure they're mandated to sell this project, the Gum Creek project. But Brightstar, I can't see Brightstar wanting it because of the price they'd have to pay. So the Zeta Horizon people would want a seat on the board and everything like that. So they're pretty much going it alone for the Sandstone side of things. But this is, I guess, an interesting aspect to it, because if hypothetically, this is why I'm interested in it, hypothetically, if I was long Brightstar and they did a deal with these guys, it's obviously going to be diluted for Brightstar. So it might actually be in my interest to hold both on a pullback today. So I'm going to go shopping once this happens. So as you can see, they've raised 20 million at $1.20. Then they've got a non-renounceable entitlement offer to raise another 10. And as you can see, Zeta Resources and directors of Horizon intend to take up their full entitlement. And that accounts for 76% of the entitlement offer. So that shows what the directors in Zeta hold. So it's a bloody very interesting cap structure, that one. So here's where the fund was before the open. Matty's fund. Bloody NASDAQ, fucking drive. It got down to like 24,300 overnight, and it was looking like it was going to fucking hemorrhage, and then it's bounced back. So still in the profit, but it just hasn't fucking dropped and stayed dropped like I was hoping. Spot gold. So obviously the gold, friggin' it was 5,087 just before. So that is absolutely, but that is all good. So the number's a bit lower at the moment because I'm waiting to see what the equities have done. So I've got short Bellevue and short Capricorn for the gold equities. Copper. So copper contract hasn't moved heaps, but I'd say money's going to come out of the equities. And then, so yeah, we've got Bellevue develop, Breakthrough Minerals, so that's pulled back a bit since I went in there, bought it about 224, it's at 22, so it's probably a bit lower today because money's going to be flying out of the equities. So we'll see what the open is. Funder, the exposure, so bit all over the shop at the moment. Don't be too alarmed by gold long 64.36 because I've got to take into account the bloody implied volatility for long metal and short equity. So I'm long a lot more metal than I am equities on a value. But that considering, the equities will drop more than that amount of metal's going to drop. So fucking, that's where we're sitting. So number 195. 195 at the moment. 195 at the moment. This could be different once I open. So, because these equities are going to get hammered. Right, let's have a bloody look-see.
3, 2, 1, let's fuck!
Okay, what's happened? So, Bellevue down 6%. That's what we want. Develop down, 3.68. Develop actually hasn't gone down too much. Capricorn down 8.4. That is... So if I look at how my hedges worked, what's Bellevue 4.7, 10.8. Oh, so it's actually gold's. My hedges actually haven't bloody gone down more than the gold. There we go. Whoa. Do I wait for a bit of a bloody pullback? Gotta have a think about this. Copper. So copper's down 2, but develop is up 3. So I've profited there. Oh, Delta's pulled back a bit as well, 21.5. So what are we at? 136 plus the breakthrough holding. So breakthrough's back at 22, so that's about the same. So I think I'm at 206. 206. Fuck. What I'm going to go shopping. Right, let's have a look around the screen because I've got to go I've got to do some fucking work here. So, goldies. West Gold down 9.5%. Capricorn down 8.8. Right. Genesis down 8.6. Back at 740. Oh. Jeez, do I bloody... Fuck right. So, goldies have been hammered. That's what we were fucking after. What's Centaurus doing? Nickel. Back at 62.5. 5.3. Iron ore, BHP down 3.4, Fortescue down 3.27. Fortescue's been hammered 2 days in a row. MinRes back at 55. Probably not heaps cheap. The interesting one, here's the bloody rough stuff. What do we got? Boab down 7.4, Medallion down 6.5. Brightstar back at 51.5. So that's interesting because I sold Brightstar at friggin' 57 and they're now back at 51.5. So that's probably not too bad considering they raised at 50. So All right, I might go shopping here. Right, I reckon I'm going to Capricorn down 8.7. I'm going to close that position. Might have went, I think I went too hard on the bloody, didn't have enough gold short, it appears. Right, there we go. Capricorn's closed. Develop. Oh, interesting. Copper hasn't actually dropped heaps. Develop hasn't. I'm going to keep my copper going, I reckon. Bellevue down 6.6. Right, I'm going to close that. Take the profit. Caprice back down at 9.8. That's been running a bit. Where is Breakthrough? 21.5. 21.5. I'll have to switch bloody screens to get more of that. That's me bloody, that's me little, I wouldn't say safe play, but it's a lot smaller cap and I can get it a bit cheaper there. Right, we've tickled that a bit more, 21.5. There we go. Okay, I reckon I'm going to keep me long copper metal, short develop open. Lithium. Lithium's interesting. Lithium should have got hammered. What do we got? Fucking Albemarle 7.5. We're Linetown down 3.0. Linetown back at $1.50. PMET down at 51. Oh, that's fucking getting interesting. Let's have a look at that one. The underlying thesis is still there. I did have it. I sold PMET at 55. Okay. Right. Let's fucking analyse this, Matty. So, in terms of gold metal has fucking dropped shitloads. Equities have dropped even more, but so if my theory was long metal and short equities yesterday, I reckon I need to flip it today because if gold has a run back up, which I don't think structurally anything has changed too much with the world besides what's going on in Iran. So gold should still be looking okay and everything is a bit cheaper than when I fucking sold it the other day. So I reckon I'm going to be going back in to what I was previously and short the gold metal as the hedge short term, just to see if it keeps going, I'll won't lose as much, but I'll be able to tickle more back into the equities. So my Brightstar thesis is still there. Talk, what's Talk at? Talk's at bloody 31.5. 31.5, so down 4.5. So that's it's probably not as much, but there's going to be plenty happening there. So that thesis hasn't changed. Like Gorilla down 4.4, back at 43.5. So that's pulled back. So I'm thinking, what's Horizon Gold? Oh, Horizon Gold's at 134.5 and raised at $1.20. So I don't consider that a bloody buy for myself at the moment. So I don't think I'll be tickling on that. So I'm thinking I'll close my long gold metal. Okay, now I'm going to go re-enter the bloody ones I was in before. Brightstar. Sold at 55, getting back in at 52. With FID and everything coming up, that's probably, what's that, 40 grand worth of shares in Brightstar. Right, I'm going to take that at 52. Gorilla, plenty of fucking catalysts coming up, I believe. Had a good pullback from fucking the highs here. Shitload of drilling coming up. 30-odd mil in the bank. Who knows what catalysts are bloody coming or what bloody funky corporate shit they're doing. So I'll consider that a bloody cheap re-entry. I've got to buy. I could probably fucking myself with the spreads a bit here because I've got to do it live, which is fucking annoying. Okay. Back into Gorilla at 43.5. And Talk sold at 33. Righto. Back into those three. Now, Lithium. Do I pick Liontown or PMET? Because if Liontown buys PMET, it'll look fucking stupid, but Liontown will likely rip more than PMET in terms of share price movement. So maybe I'll just fucking do both. Why not? Why not? Okay, Liontown at $1.51. 20,000, so 30 grand to Liontown, $1.51. Yep, righto. Liontown loves going up when it wants to go up. So we're back in that. PMET, if that gets a bid, I want exposure. So what's my lithium exposure? 60 grand. I'll naked that. Gold exposure is 30, 60, Delta sort of, 100 at the moment. So I'm going to I'll have to open a bloody 100 grand worth of gold short. Right, 20 contracts. Right, short gold equity. So I've kept that pretty neutral. So I've got to, even though the equity is going to move more than gold, but that is pretty much equal on the money. So technically net long gold. Right, that's that. Uranium. Do I want to tickle uranium today? Nothing underlying has changed in uranium. Just not heaps of buyers at the moment. So I'm thinking maybe this is the re-entry into next gen. 30 grand to next gen. Right, I'm not going too hard here because I could get fucking burnt. Short gold metal, long Brightstar, Torque, Gorilla, long copper metal, short develop. So that's hedging itself there. Right, a lot of bloody pausing and thinking here. Fuck. Just sensing with the NASDAQ hedge, the fact it keeps bouncing back up. I'll take Trump's comments last night as bullish, that he's going to do what it takes not to cause a fucking global crisis. And I'm not fucking as confident today that it's going to fucking keep going. That's 2 nights in a row that it's fucking bounced back and money hasn't flown out. Everything's flying out of commodity equities today and not them ones. So I'm thinking I have to fucking de-lever that, because if it goes the other way, I'm a bit fucked. I was going to bloody get rid of fucking half of it. It's in profit, but fucking should be fuckloads more. Right, so I halve that position. So my fucking downside at the moment is so I'm sitting at 200. Oh, God, that's fucking frustrating. I'm heavy on breakthrough. That's got a bit of fucking talk at the moment. If that bloody pops back up. But, Brightstar back at 52. That is fucking, I'm liking that. But it means I'll have to short gold metal more. Bit more of that. FID coming. Fuck it. Hail Mary. Not Hail Mary. So I'm effectively long. I'm long gold developers. Long gold developers. Right, let's have a look at producers, because that might be where the shopping is. So if we look at the biggest movers, Genesis at 746. That's still pretty fucking high, to be honest. Same as Capricorn. Ramelius is probably the one. Ramelius back at $4.30. Ramelius at $4.30. That is probably sparking my interest more because, yep. Ramelius at $4.30. Have a look at that. That has just been fucking hammered since the $5 range, so that's sitting pretty low. Right, Ramelius $4.31. I'll fucking take that. Considering I sold them at $4.70, I will re-enter. Right, back into Ramelius. Ramelius that's the main one I've got the conviction on, to be honest, is Ramelius. So Ramelius at $4.30 with the buyback. I'm happy with that. All right, do I need to probably short a bit more gold in case it fucking dies again? Would gold go back into the 4,000s? Would gold go back into the 4,000s in this fucking environment? Fuck. How could it? How could it? But it could. It did last night, went into 4,900. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Dollar got strengthened, but yeah, probably bloody why, but Jesus Christ. Nah. Righto. We're sending it long gold a bit. We're long gold equities, short the metal a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Right. Gonna have to fucking edit this and get it up now. There we go. So, fucking, after all that, I'm at 200. I'm at 200. Oh, but positioned, I feel. Fuck. If only that NASDAQ fucking thing come through. I just needed to drop 1,000 points. There's 50 grand. It just didn't fucking happen. It just did not fucking happen. It could happen, but I'm not as exposed now. So, righto. There we go. Got an episode coming out this Harvey. This is going to take me ages to edit. All me thinking and pausing. Fuck me dead. With, you wait and see. He's a ripper. A lot of talk about fucking trading, AI, markets, how to approach markets like this. Good in-depth mentoring chat. I was getting mentored. I fucking loved it. Righto, there we go. Fucking let's see what happens tomorrow. Fuck, why can't I get 300? Fuck, I thought I was getting a house in Eagle Bay on the weekend, but it just hasn't come through. Fuck me dead. Righto.